wonder what happened to the family life that we used to have? What happened to the family? Well, the first thing that happened, the Industrial Revolution gave men a career instead of a job. A job meant I need to feed my family, so I go out to work so I can bring back the bread. But a career became something else. A career is somehow not so related to the people I'm feeding or that I'm responsible for. It became a lifestyle of its own, an identity of it. And so all of a sudden, men became absent fathers and absent husbands. They were married to their career. It reached such a degree where the family became a nuisance because it threatened the career. A guy comes home after working all day long and his children have some needs or his wife has, and he can't be bothered. That's terrible. So for many years, women were raising their children alone and were basically living alone. When it reached a certain critical point, women decided, I don't want to be a single mom, so I'm going to go to work too. And now there is nothing left of the old family. So the problem is work has become a lifestyle of its own. It no longer exists as a support for the family, and that's tragedy.
I've been working on the railroad, ding, da, ding, ding, ding. He's got a point, though. I mean, my dad was a workaholic, okay? So both my parents are basically dead. What do I mean by that? My dad's brain dead, and my mom's literally dead. But my dad was a workaholic. He was married to his craft. And if it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't have had any of those Christmases in Michigan and all the families together and the summers here and the family this and family that, which has been like ingrained in me. And I've always wanted a family, and I will have one. I hope. I think so. I have a wonderful woman, and hopefully it works out. I'm willing to take the risk. But that is a big one, dude. Not to mention, like, we kind of are forced to work. Like, you need the money. Duh. It's a bit much out here, at least in America and a lot of other countries. So I do get that. But that's why I'm doing something like this. I've never had, like, a real career because it never made sense to me. If that makes any sense. Like, I never did anything because it's like, I just need the money and I'm going to go work 100 hours a week. It was more like, let me get the money so that I could spend the time, because time is money. M-O-B, money old bitches. I'm just kidding. That's also kind of messed up because I want a woman. But I always wanted the money so I could spend the time with friends and family. Okay. We're gonna really unpack this. We're getting deep, daddy. But this one right here is kind of trippy. This is like the families not liking each other part, which seems to be pretty popular, and like different political beliefs and stuff of that nature. This one's kind of trippy right here. Get ready for a good laugh.
Happy Thanksgiving. I am not going home for Thanksgiving to be with my family. I have many, many Trump supporters in my family, and I refuse to coddle them anymore. I have cut those people out of my life, and I've actually, it's interesting. I feel better that I did that. I don't feel worse for it. I feel better. I feel like there's more space in my heart for goodness because I don't have to compromise my values or my integrity for people that voted for a fascist. For people that voted for misogyny and racism and abject cruelty and xenophobia and mass concentration camps and deportation on a scale that is not necessary and based totally on hysteria and lies. Fears about trans people based totally on hysteria and lies. So we have to take dignity back, self-respect.
Hey. But apparently it's a real thing. A previous girlfriend of mine, her family was so like, if you don't vote this way, fuck you. It was like kind of hypocritical almost. I don't think my family's ever been like, none of my friends, none of us have ever been like, you don't, cut your penis off, put on your forehead, blue hair, kind of gay is good. Like, we don't care. You know what I mean? Like, that literally makes no sense. But apparently there's a lot of toxic parents. Okay, this is a big one too. So I'm not saying it doesn't exist, and maybe his family does suck. Maybe they're just not cool. But at least he's got family. A lot of people just don't have any, and the future for families is looking bleak. I'm just sitting here because I care. I care. I care so much about you guys. You're the only family I got. I'm just playing. Thanks everybody who bought a shirt, by the way. The RLP Classics, link down below. Appreciate you. You gotta stay together, brothers. Anyways, let's keep this party moving. Something to think about, though, with the people hating each other because of politics.
Is the nuclear family dying out? A recent study indicated more and more Gen Z adults are staying in their family home, even if they have jobs due to financial pressures.
So the nuclear family, basically a family unit that typically consists of two parents and their children living in one home. It's different from a single-parent family home or an extended family or a family with more than two parents. The term nuclear is figurative and comes from the word nucleus, which is meant to a basic or essential part. So yeah, of course, it's dying, for sure. Like, absolutely. Like this classic standard photo, red, yellow, black, or white, everybody's having fun tonight. Yeah, that's I mean, how many people have two kids that you know that are, 35 and under? Probably none. But apparently, the nuclear family is the downfall of society, according to some people. But this is like very hypocritical too. We're going to learn a lot here today.
Nuclear family is the downfall of society. We are not meant to live in small family units with the father, mother, and children. We are meant to live in a bigger community.
The nuclear family is...
I thought she was about to say, we're supposed to have single mothers and everybody be up for adoption. Like for a second, not to make a joke out of it, but for a split second, I was like, wait, what? We're supposed to have two dads? What's going on, dude? Mom? Anyways, back to the nuclear family. Let's get serious here. No more fucking around. Okay?
Not traditional. Let me explain why. If we look at the 1950s model of a family of three living in a bungalow in the suburbs, we can already spot a few issues. A lack of grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins' daily influence. Lots of outsourcing, whether it be daycare, school, groceries, or household items. A lack of connection to animals and to nature. The nuclear family is, in my opinion, one of the stepping stones towards our modern atomized society. You first need to isolate the family before you can isolate the individual. In comparison, the extended family is warm, is plentiful, is self-sufficient, and facilitates community building. Villages are the accumulation of many extended families living collectively. In such a setting, you are less dependent on the state because there's always a family member or a friend of a family member who can help you in any specific area. It takes a village to raise a child because it helps immensely with their socialization. The extended family is the antithesis to modernity.
Okay, see how that kind of didn't make any sense? She's like, having a mom and dad and kids isn't the way to do it. Okay, but then if nobody has siblings, or you're not even born, right? How do you get this, right? Great-grandparents, grandparents, great-aunts, great-uncles, uncles, aunts, father, mother, uncle, aunt, sister, brother, cousin, nieces, nephews, so on and so forth. How do you get any of this down here if you don't have one kid? And then to have aunts and uncles, you need two kids. And to have friends, you're going to have other people your age around. That's what it's like people are like discovering, oh my God. But at the same time, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, wait, what? Anyways, I'm going to try and have, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping out. Maybe I misunderstood her.
It is a revolutionary action to make your own community, to live in community with your extended family if that's possible. If not, make your own community based off your neighbors, friends, people who live in your area.
Okay. It's like this revolutionary thing where it's like, dude, just fucking take you. And they have a point. Like my best friend in the world, Nick, he's like my brother. We were raised together. His parents are my godparents. My parents are his godparents. We're not blood related, but damn sure feel like brothers to me. So he just had a kid, and I'm like, oh, I mean, I gotta have a kid in the next couple of years because they gotta be, brothers forever and shit, And then we're looking at trying to buy a house right next to him, but it's really expensive. And now we live 25 minutes away. Well, 20 to 30 minutes away, depending on the time frame. And I rarely get to see him because he's out working on the railroad. Work 6 days a week, And then it's the classic where the kid's got to be in daycare and this and that. And that's not just him. It's everybody. It's most people. So I do get that. But it's kind of like, I don't know. It's bizarre shit. Anyways, according to Google, I looked up like how many people millennials are under have 2 kids, right? And it says only 28% of U.S. adults have 2 children. However, millennials are having fewer children than the previous generation. A Newsweek poll found that 30% of gays are actually having more kids than straights. No, I'm just playing. My bad. 30% of millennials do not have or want children. But causes of this, home ownership, blah, blah, blah. Then I said, okay, let's up the ante a little bit. How many people have one child? Just one kid. That's it. One kid, put in your back pocket. There isn't much information about how many millennials just have one children household. They have more information, I didn't put in here, about single mothers having kids than they do about a family unit having one child. It's kind of bizarre, actually. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole because YouTube's sensitive. But you get it. Divorce, you get fucked. Everybody's screwed. Get the government's money. Money. There, we summed up divorce. One-child families are growing. One-child families are the fastest growing family unit in the United States. The percentage of mothers who have one child at the end of their childbearing years doubled from 11% in 1976 to 22% in 2015. Some factors that may contribute to the rise in the childlessness include economic change, delay in pregnancy, lack of means, performance anxiety, and same-sex. It doesn't say that. Anyway, point is, there's a lot more gays out there. Not that I care. I'm just bringing it up because the guy in the beginning was like, "We don't care about gay people." It's like, yeah, we do. We care about everybody. All right.